All over your iPad. There you go.
What?
You know,
Hello. Hello.
you know, like, said Kyle Payne did not connect audio or something.
Hmm?
You said Kyle Payne did not connect audio.
What does that mean?
He's connecting audio. It's not here yet.
Mm.
It's telling me what's going on. There you go.
Hello.
There we go.
Oh.
Finally. What the flying flipping frickadoodle, man.
We're back.
Finally. Sorry about that. Man,
Dude,
dude, I had to download, I had to re-download the
You're a hard
app.
guy.
I had to re-download the app. I had to like re-sign into Zoom, all the kit and caboodle. So
Hey, no need to show off. You're a hard guy to track down.
oh, dude. Nah, dude, I'm still blaming this godforsaken mountain internet up here, man. So like so our internet is so weird. So we don't have like, you know, people up here, they're really weird. They don't want to lay like fiber optic cables or, you know, come to the 21st century. So they try to like or they try to be too techie or something like that. So like our internet is through like radio waves or something ridiculous like that.
And you're in a little town called Aspen.
So I'm a
right?
little bit. I'm about 20. I'm about 30 miles north of Aspen. So
California, beautiful.
It might as well be freaking California, dude. Honestly, like just the amount of craziness that's here. Oh, dude, seriously.
How are you?
But
You've been
no.
all over. You've been all over. Welcome back.
Oh, thank you, man. 3 countries in like 4 weeks, man. It's whew, it's been a busy time. But yeah,
Catch
I
us
am
up.
back.
You first of all, congratulations. Congratulations on the
Oh,
victory. We should start off there.
oh, thank you very much, good sir. I appreciate it.
You know, I read your nice your recap of your entire event, and I
Mhm.
reached out to you and complimented you on that, and you were just like, dude, that's nothing for me. That's basically what you said. You were just like that. You're like, it was no big deal. You made me feel like a fool for even congratulating. It was like you had this in the
No, dude.
bag. You're
No,
like, I
dude.
had this in my pocket the whole time. You're like, it was just a walk in the park.
Okay, so like so there's a few different philosophies at play here. So
Mhm.
it like there were really only 2 guys in that entire field that, well, really there were 3 people that I was racing against in that
Mhm.
entire field. Number 1 was the guy that I told you, I think I told you about the race that I basically had shoulder to shoulder with a guy last year at this
With
exact same
Jose,
race.
right? The guy
Yeah, it
from
was
Brazil?
Jose.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or he's from Spain.
Okay.
And so he was in the race. So he finished 3rd this year.
Mhm.
So I was definitely like I wanted to make sure I finished ahead of him. And then the other guy that I was really racing, I needed to make sure I finished ahead of was Owen Cravens, who's this young, like 18-year-old triathlon phenom that we have in the US. And so, you know, I'm an old fart trying to hang on to my glory.
Mhm.
So I needed to make sure to stay ahead of the young whippersnapper. So and then obvious and then you know the third person I was racing was obviously myself. And at the end of the day, like, you know, that's what matters is racing against myself and making sure that I perform to the best of my ability. So
well, your recap was really, I mean, it was all about yourself and your mind and being able to calm it. And that's really, it was first of all, it was really well worded. It was just cool. I felt like I was part of it reading it, and just, you know, thank you. Because honestly, I haven't read a bunch of yours. Like, I'm sure you do this for everyone. And that's why you said, like, you know, this wasn't one of my best. And I was like, oh, well, it's the best I've read. It's the best I've read.
Yeah, for sure. Like, you know, it like, cause I really, like, I'll be honest, like when I don't, so if I don't perform my best, I think about that in terms of writing as well. And like, you know, there were times like when I'm writing this, you know, I'm like, I want to get this right, but I also need to make sure to get it out. Cause like, I want people to know what happened in the race. I want people to know kind of what my thoughts were during the race. So like, I wanted to make sure that things, you know, sounded okay and all that. And then, like, you know, I read over it and I was like, this definitely wasn't my best one, the best one that I've ever written. But it was, it was a solid like C+, B- performance. You know,
you're for
I'm a
sure an
perfectionist.
intelligent. Yeah, you're a perfectionist, but you're also an intelligent guy. And with writing, I'm curious. Do you second guess your writing based off of not being able to see grammar and see, like, do you get in your head about that? Do you get insecure about the way it comes off? I don't know. Like,
I think I do.
Because I definitely do. I'm way more like, put me in a crowd and speak kind of guy.
Yeah,
But,
I definitely am. I'm cognizant of the way I write. But I write like I talk, or at least I try to write like I talk.
For sure.
I want my writing, like just like how we have talked about with music. Like when we're playing music, we want to have a conversation. So like if you and I are playing guitar, you know, if we're, you know, doing a jam session together, we're looking not to just jam and make noise. We're looking to we're looking for our guitars to have a conversation. Like we're looking for, you know, our you know, the guitars and the drums and the bass and the, you know, the fiddle and, you know, the, you know, whatever
the melodica.
yeah, to have a conversation, and that's what I want to, and that's what I want in my writing. Because I do tons and tons of writing. This is this is part of my job as a professional athlete, is writing writing race reports, making sure I get sponsor shout outs, and all that kind of stuff. But then I am like, it does, sometimes it does bug me. Like I accidentally spelled a few names wrong. Like my buddy Colin Riley. It's like, man, dude, I've known Colin for 4 or 5 years now, racing against him, because he's guided Aaron Scheides, he's guided Brad Snyder, and now he's guiding Owen Cravens. And like, I'm like, how the heck did I spell Colin's name wrong? And I didn't notice that until after I had sent it out, and I was like, oh shoot, man. So like that, like those little details, sometimes bother me. But on the other hand, like that is, sometimes the imperfections and the flaws are what make are kind of what make me and my writing what it is. Because I've had people reach out and offer and be like, hey, we'll grammatically check everything, and we'll make sure everything is spelled correctly, all the commas in the right place, and all that. But then I'm like, I'm number one, then we start nitpicking too much. And one of the things that people have reached out to me, just like you did, just one of the things that they've reached out to me and said is that they enjoy reading my race reports and my newsletters and stuff because it's imperfect, or because it's me, and it's clear that I'm not, someone is not writing this for me. I'm clearly doing this myself. And so that's part of my authenticity, is there's going to be stuff that's misspelled. There's going to be grammatical errors and stuff. So, and this newsletter is for my fans.
I give you a pass on spelling. I give you a nice pass on spelling. I
appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that.
Spelling a long time ago. Yeah. Spelling and I are not friends. I mean, dude, come on. The English language is a rough one. I mean, there's so many words that you're like, oh, how is this spelled?
Yeah, no, exactly. Well, and
it's not easy.
And there are so many ways to spell names, and then and then we're starting to go into and then we're starting to dive down into the realm of other countries and how they spell their stuff, and then I'm not using if I'm writing out some French names or phrases in French or something like that, then I'm not using a French keyboard because the French keyboard layout
You're not
so
fluent
different.
in French.
I can.
I thought you were fluent in French.
I'm not fluent. I can limp around. I can limp around in it.
Can you actually limp around in French?
I'm extremely rusty, but I can limp around. If people speak really slowly, I can understand every fourth or fifth word, and I get the gist of the conversation. But I was coming out of doping control after the race. I shared an elevator with one of the French athletes, Alexis Henricon. And he was like, oh, sorry, my English is very bad, because we were trying to have a conversation, and I just like, oh, c'est d'accord, mon français est très très mal. And he's like, oh, this is great, you speak French, I speak English. I'm like, oh, fuck my life.
Damn, dude. It is every single episode, I just get more and more impressed, and I don't know. Kyle, I was a little attracted to you when you just started speaking in French. I'm not gonna lie. Your stock is rising, my friend.
What was that? Was that supposed to be Russian or something? Dude,
yeah, it's whatever you want.
I don't think we should be speaking in that accent.
No, hey, man. Not these days, at least. But no, I'm a person of the earth. I've been doing streams. I've been doing streams on Reddit, and the accents that come out of my mouth, because I'm playing guitar and playing Street Ball Volume 1, which is a basketball game, 3-on-3.
Okay.
little PlayStation video game that I can literally still play because I used to play it when I could see, and now I can still play it because there's so many good sound effects going on in the game. I swear
Yeah.
the inventors of this game were totally blind. Like there's no way that they weren't, or at least had a family member, because dude, I even know when I shoot a 3-point shot, there's like a bell that goes off. So I've been doing streams like you wouldn't believe this past, because I haven't had you to
Nice.
talk to. I haven't had you to
I'm
talk to. So
sorry,
I
man.
haven't known what to do. I'm like, which country is he in? How do I reach him? What do I do? So I've fallen off the deep end in a mild way, but I'm still swimming.
Oh, okay.
I'm still
Okay.
I'm still swimming.
Okay, man. Now we just gotta get you to land so you can start biking, and then we get off and you just jog a little bit, and you're a triathlete. You know? See?
I'm a
Look at that.
yogging. I believe that's so silent J.
A good J, soft
Okay.
J, soft J, soft J.
Oh, see, that's why I need you. But dude,
Don't
don't
worry. Don't worry, Herod.
I gotta tell you, man. So while you've been doing, things like winning medals and whatnot, have you heard of Reddit before?
I've heard of it. I've never experimented with it. Like,
Well,
tell me about it, man. What have you been doing? And tell me about Reddit.
okay. Well, let's just say I've gone a little bit viral on Reddit the past week.
What? Are you saying we need to take
so I
blind
want this
sweaters to Reddit?
Yeah. Dude, it's gonna be awesome. I wanted to do this one, but next episode we should definitely try something on Reddit because I have fans, I have haters, I have everything you would want in an audience just built up in 1 week. Yeah.
Heck yeah, man.
So about a week ago, okay, so 2 weeks ago, my buddy Jake from Seattle, David was finding all these people streaming, like musicians streaming on Reddit
Okay.
for like thousands of people. Like he'd click on there and like organically, like he's seen like people have like 200,000 people watching them play live. Like literally like out of nowhere. Yeah. Just like people will be like literally like watching their dog, like like literally their dog's in a room and a dude's just like playing an acoustic guitar while their dog's there. And it's like 40,000 people are watching it. And it's like, all right, how do we tap into this? Because we're used to, we're used to 20 clicks here. And so,
man, if you get 20 clicks, I'm lucky to get like 8 over here.
I'm around. So my buddy Jake he did a stream because he built up a little bit of like a Reddit. You have to have like a little bit of a reputation on Reddit to be able to stream. And he's been on there for a few years. So he played some guitar on there for like 6,000 people last week. And I was like, dude, what? I was like, how do I do this? So long story short, Reddit has like a subreddit that's called Roast Me. And about 6 months ago, Jake did a Reddit Roast Me where he put out like a picture, and you literally have to hold a sign that said, because it has to be like, they have to, it has to look authentic that you actually asked for these people to roast you. So you have to be holding a sign that says roast me and give out some information about yourself. Like basically tell them a little bit, like give them some stuff to roast, give them some stuff to play off of. So Jake did it and basically got thousands of comments like in about 2 or 3 days. And that's what built up his reputation to give him like what's called karma. And that gave him the ability to get on there with a guitar and stream. And so David and I were like trying it the hard way. We were like commenting on things for like 5 days to see if we could build up our karma. And we had to get to like 125 karma to be able to stream. And we're at like 5. And then like day 2, we're at like 7. Day 3, we're at like 6. I'm like, this is taking way too long.
It's taking too long.
I'm like, let's write a sign that says roast me, put some I got a lot of stuff you could roast me on. So I put it all out there. I basically said like, hey, like I lost my first singer when I was 19, lost my dad when I was 25, got divorced when I was this age. Have fun. Oh, recently, I said recently engaged and have no idea what my new fiance looks like. Have a good time. Dude.
Oh, nice.
Dude, Kyle.
Yeah. Are we streaming? We're going to be streaming soon?
Dude, it's been seen by 2.7 million people.
Hell yeah, bro. We're taking blind sweaters to Reddit, man. All right. How do we do this?
I've gotten 8,000 comments. I did a stream of me playing guitar the other day for 40,000 people.
Nice. Dude,
So
okay.
and I'm
Okay.
and I've been
we'll
doing
go-
these
we're-
ridiculous streams of me playing video games and doing guitar. So like I'll do like a dunk and I'll be like literally shredding a guitar lick like in between like the replay. And David's upstairs with sound effects playing like South Park clips and like Joe Dirt clips because dude, people are mean. I like Kyle. I have been
Dude.
ripped to shreds. I have been ripped to shreds. But honestly, I asked for it and I have thick skin and I'm ready
Yeah.
for and it's these are my people. These are my people.
Dude. I love it. All right. So David, how do we do a blind sweaters live stream with the two of us on Reddit? So like we got to jump on this, man. We got to figure this out. Like, I mean, we've been posting
I
on
know, we can
YouTube.
literally-
Like,
We can go on my
we,
yeah, screw YouTube,
like,
dude. Reddit
yeah,
is
sorry, YouTube. We're
Yeah.
going to Reddit. All right. So
we're,
all right.
we're
So
going-
so hang on. I all right. It sounds like I need to get on. It sounds like I need to get on Reddit and build up my and do this as well.
Kyle.
So do you like invite me to Reddit or like what are we
No,
doing
dude.
here?
You should do exactly what I did.
Okay. This is what I'm gonna all right. So Reddit is that
Say my-
REDIT
make a profile.
So wait, so it's
Don't ask
but
me. You're the speller out of the two of us.
David, how do you
ask-
spell Reddit?
Ask Colin. Ask your buddy Colin Riley.
Sorry about that. Sorry about the spelling, Colin.
Ask Mr. Riley how to spell Reddit.
Oh man.
Oh,
Oh,
but
dude. Oh, dude.
I will
Oh,
give you.
dude,
I'll give
I
you all
have
the information.
I got the perfect thing for people to roast
But honestly,
me
we could
about
just stream
too.
from mine and start it off in.
Yeah,
Do
let's
you?
let's do that. Let's stream it from your end
Yeah,
and yeah,
Dude,
let's figure out
people
how to do
are-
this.
dude. Oh my god. So then, Kyle. Oh my god. The thing that I left out of this story was part of the thing that I said was just recently got engaged and have no idea what my fiance looks like. So we started getting thousands of comments being like, we need to see your fiance. So Emily got home that night from work and I go, we need to give the people what they want. She
Yes.
did it with me. We did a picture that night of us both holding a sign saying roast me. And I did a separate post that said, recently got roasted today, had so much fun and wanted to get my fiance in on all the good times. That post has also gone viral with thousands of comments.
Dude.
And it's like, dude, she's getting like things like, oh my God, like when you go to the grocery store, or do you ask like, hey, for bags? And they say, hey, why don't you just use the ones under your eyes?
Oh, ow.
Dude,
Ouch.
Kyle, they attack the thing that you are just like, oh, they'll never get me on that. And they find it and they twist that knife like good Redditors.
Oh.
Like good Redditors. It's so funny, man, because like I've read through, thousands of these. Like literally, I'm responding to them too. Like I'm having fun responding to them, and I'm like, this is fun. These guys are hilarious. And out of nowhere, you find one that you're like, oh man, that's really, really me.
Oh, ouch, dude. Yeah, like I'm
Yeah,
a sensitive guy, Jared. You think I can handle this?
I don't know. Dude,
I'm
I
a
don't know,
sensitive.
man.
I got a sensitive heart. You got to protect me from this, Jared. Maybe we're just
I-
gonna do this through your end.
Dude, we should totally just do this. We should try this through my end because it's really bad out there. But I understand it. And the thing is, what I
Dude,
learned about
I so totally got to do this.
you should.
I gotta try this.
You should. But the thing is that I learned about myself is the things that I will do to have an audience is just
All right.
ridiculous.
You know what? That's a really good point, dude. You love being a clown in front of people, man. You love
Seriously.
being
Yes.
like.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah,
dude, that's isn't that why you get up on stage and like lick your guitar and stuff? Like I don't know. I don't even know what you do.
Dude, the thing is, I would if that's what somebody was like, hey, like put that guitar behind you and start like 8-finger tapping and lick it. Like I probably would do that. And like if that was what was asked of me, I watched Zoolander when I was young, and one of those scenes in that was you're a monkey, Derek, dance, and he was being a male
Dance
model.
monkey,
And-
dance.
Yeah, exactly. And that just, dude, it stuck with me. Like that moment, I was like, I could be like, and you know, I can't turn left either. So like, I feel like I get it.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's freaking awesome. I love it. All right, I so totally got to get on Reddit. So I just create this profile.
The thing is, we could spend our entire lives trying to make a post that gets 8,000 comments, or we could just get roasted.
I have so much stuff that I could get roasted for. It's not even, dude, I've got like just from last week, dude, like,
right. For sure.
Dude, I mean, okay. So Jess and I, were cooking last weekend. You're just, whipping up a quick dinner. We threw a chicken in the oven. We're gonna whip up a quick salad, and then we were gonna make some quinoa, and my wonderful better half grabs what she thinks is a bag of quinoa and throws it in the throws a scoop in the rice cooker. And fires up the rice cooker, goes to check it like 15 minutes, 20 minutes later, because it's like, the rice only usually, rice and quinoa only takes 15 to 20 minutes in the rice cooker, and she starts fluffing it with a fork, and she's like, why the fuck is this so like soupy, and like this is not like,
what was in that bag? What was in that bag?
It was chia seeds.
I was literally gonna guess. I was gonna guess it had to have been a form of seed.
Yeah, it was chia seeds, and we just died laughing, dude. We just died laughing because we're like, you got two totally blind people just like grabbing what they think is in a bag and throwing it in, and my god, we
honestly
it was so awesome, dude.
That's truly a successful outcome, if you ask me.
I agree. So I was just like, hey, we're just gonna chuck these chia seeds, and we found a bag of rice. We made some rice. And it was delicious,
Dude,
but it's like it was just fun like that. And then like we went on a walk to the liquor store and totally got lost. Had to FaceTime someone to tell us where we were, and when we finally got there,
drunk? Are you drunk?
Pretty much. And then when we walk into the liquor store, they're like, can we help you? And I'm just like, yep, I'm thirsty.
Speaking of thirsty, and speaking of things, I could do an entire roast me based off of last night. I drank Windex accidentally.
Oh my god, dude! How do you do that? All right, dude. I know you're blind, but is your smell gone too? Like, dude, take a whiff.
I got COVID last 6 months ago, and I lost my smell. No, I'm kidding. That's actually not what happened. But
okay,
I will.
That would actually make sense, though.
I know. I had to say something that was less embarrassing than what actually happened. So,
all right. So what happened?
All right, man. I went out for Gators Dockside. Great location.
Oh,
and
I love Gators.
They do boneless wings on Wednesday nights with trivia. So Emily,
that's right. I forgot that they did that,
dude. First of all, I used to be able to put down like 40 boneless wings when they would do like bottomless wings.
Oh, dude, yeah.
They changed these wings.
Are they bigger now?
They made them massive, which is so funny because the waitress was there, and I'm just like, hey, I'm gonna do the bottomless thing. Like I would normally do just like a chicken sandwich or something awesome, but because it's Wednesday, we're gonna do bottomless. But and then I said, I'm going to order a bunch. I don't want you to be upset with me. I'm a nice guy. I just don't want to I don't want to stress you out. I don't want to frustrate you. I'm just giving you a heads up. So I gave her this whole speech, and then the wings get served. Dude, I could barely even finish the first plate. They were huge. Two of these wings were the size of my chicken sandwiches usually.
Dude, that's awesome.
I still ate more.
It's about time they started serving some decent sized wings, instead of chicken nuggets.
No, they were massive. Yeah, they were huge. And like they were like what like they would normally call like the zingers or wingers or whatever, like the bigger ones. Like I swear
Yeah.
they were double sized. But had a few drinks, had some boneless, bottomless wings, did some trivia, came back, fell asleep, woke up at like 2 a.m, very thirsty. There was no water next to me. So I jumped up, walked out to the kitchen. Didn't know that David had to do something to the car earlier in the day and needed a water jug to like mix up some like concoction of Windex and water to like fill up the I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't drive cars. So don't ask
Yeah.
me what he was doing, but he was under the hood doing something and
Doing
just
something
so
manly, you know.
yeah, yeah, driving and and just so happened to sabotage me and leave my jug of Windex and water with a nice fresh swig of it just right on the counter where my water would normally be. Coincidence? I don't know. I walked out. I'm like, where's my jug? I'm like, oh, jug. Got so excited and down some, dude. I was like, I swallowed a massive swig of this and then went back to bed realizing hey, there was definitely something besides water in that. And then like I'm lying in bed and
Did
like
it start coming up?
no. And like Emily's like wait, like she like woke up at like 2 a.m. for something, maybe grabbed some water, actual water next to her. And
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, that jug that was out there, what was in that? And she's like, David was using it for the, and I'm like, oh, well, there was something else. And she's like, Windex? I was like, should you be drinking that?
Here's your first clue. If you have to ask the question, should you be drinking that? The answer is no.
I woke up like I woke up legitimately with like a burnt, like a sore throat. I was like, is that normal?
Dude,
like, yeah. But
dude, oh, that's brutal.
I sweated it out, I think. Maybe maybe killed some brain cells, but maybe only the bad ones. We don't know yet.
I mean, you know, I think it's just the bad ones, man. I think we're gonna go with that one. We're gonna go with that one. Maybe it just allows new creative brain cells to flourish. You know, that's all. That's what we're going.
We'll take that.
Maybe you should drink Windex every day at 2 a.m.
Maybe you should put Windex in your next chia seed concoction.
Oh, I will shoot the missus a note and maybe we can make that happen. Excuse me.
All jokes aside, how was your time up in BC with the missus?
Oh,
the
dude,
miss, the Jess.
Yeah, Jess. The better, my better half for sure. Yeah, no, Jess. It was your better half. It was really nice, and it was, you know, we don't get to see each other as much as we want,
for sure.
And it was just really nice to get to spend some good quality time together. And dude, we had I mean, like I said, we had some fun adventures. You know, getting lost on the way to the liquor store, getting a nice little bottle of wine together. You know, just and then actually it was really cool, man. So outside of triathlon, Jess is I don't know if I've told you this, but Jess is she's a dog trainer.
Yes.
So and one of the things that she has really been wanting to get into is scent trailing. So like dogs that follow human scent and like follow people to like, and so she connected with this company in Tallahassee about 2 years ago, right before COVID hit. And because she had reached out to a whole bunch of organizations and stuff, you know, trying to see if they would be willing to train her on how to do this, and everyone just kept saying, "Oh, you're blind, you're a liability, like we can't do this with you," which just BS. But this company in Tallahassee, they were like, yeah, this sounds really cool, like what you want to do with scent trailing. like we'll train your first dog for you. So so they trained her this beautiful little golden retriever to be a scent trailing dog. And and so it took 2 years because with travel restrictions and COVID and all that. But the head of the company brought the dog out to Victoria while I was there, and
Oh, wow.
he taught Jess how to handle this golden retriever. And like, dude, it was so cool. So what we did was we have these like little scent kits. And so what you do is you take it's like this little gauze pad, and like you wipe it on like your neck or under your armpit or something like that. And then and then the dog sniffs it, and it can then track that scent.
Oh,
And
wow.
it is so cool, dude. And the reason you do this is to like, so say like, say you and Emily pop out a few kids, you guys, your kids are running around, and you guys are little Jimmy and Johnny and Jesse, or or whoever, Emily, Jared and Emily Jr.
Yeah.
Are running around, and one of the biggest fears as a parent is your kid wandering off and getting lost, and then you don't know where to find them. And so that's why, that's one of the reasons why kids with cell phones has become so prevalent. But like, let's say a cell phone gets lost or something like that. So what you can do is you can collect your kid's scent, store it in this hermetically sealed jar, and then if your kid gets lost, or if your old grandma who has Alzheimer's or something like that gets lost, you present that scent to a scent trailing dog, and they go and they follow they follow the scent and find the missing person. It's so cool, man. And it's
Kyle,
like,
Kyle,
it is,
that
dude,
sounds crazy.
it is, but it works, dude. Like, so like what we were doing is like, I was going and getting lost, and like I would like go out and like get lost, and then we would have Lucy track me, and she would track me, and she found me every time, and we did it with multiple people over the course of like 2 days. And like it dude, it was so rad. It was so cool.
How far away did you travel? Like how much did you get? How lost were you?
So since it was Jess's like first time handling the dog, like we didn't get me super duper lost.
Yeah.
But like in her training, Lucy has tracked someone for miles, and like has done like 4+ hour trails.
That's
so like
unbelievable.
Yeah. And like,
that is amazing.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
So yeah, no, so it was really, really cool, dude. So that's what we so that was my last 2 days, or my last full day in Victoria was helping Jess learn to handle Lucy, and learning all about these different like scent tracking patterns, and all this stuff. And like, the Paul, who's the owner of Scent Evidence Canine, who trained the dog, Lucy. He was telling Jess and I all about this stuff, and he's like, yeah, like as a scent trailer, you have to kind of be part meteorologist, you have to be like part weatherman, part dog handler, part human, part police officer, FBI agent, case solver person, because like you're having to deduce all these different things, psychologist, all this different stuff. So you have to be a person of many talents, and that just falls right into what Jess does. And so so she and then she also works at an addictions and treatment facility in Victoria, and their patients,
wow.
run away all the time. So like they're thinking like, oh, maybe like we could, have this, Jess is thinking like maybe I can, help out, instead of us sending, 10, 15 people out combing
Wait.
the woods around our facility, like we just have a dog track and find these people, and then we try to persuade them to come back to the facility. So
Kyle,
what up?
and she does all of the racing stuff that you do.
Yeah.
So why am I talking to you?
I've been asking myself that question a long time. Trust me, man.
Kyle.
I've been wondering how I landed her. Like I'm like, dude, like I'm like, baby, you do
I actually
realize
have
that
no more questions. Now
I'm like,
No.
you do realize you are way out of my league here, darling, right?
Kyle, I'm out of your league. She's way out of your league.
Oh, dude, she is like, she is like, she is like 10 zillion levels out of my league, man. It's insane. But nah, she's brilliant and just a really, really awesome human being. And I don't know how she juggles and manages it all. So,
well, the one thing I
but
know,
she
definitely needs to hear this. She needs to hear this clip, though. That's one thing I know.
Oh, heck yeah, man! Heck yeah. She will. Don't worry. I will send her this. I will send her this episode.
Be like, yeah, there's, just a normal episode. I didn't tell you anybody.
But you should
didn't tell her anybody that you're 10,000 levels above my league.
No, what she'll do is she'll be like, only 10,000.
No,
I mean, but let's be real. How far out of your league is Emily though? Because we all know the truth.
Honestly, man,
she's honestly in a different universe compared to you.
I'm an egomaniac. I really, for me, I go back and forth. There was like 6 or 7 months where I was like, what are you doing? And then like out of, not that I thought like I was out of her league. For me, dude, things take time for me. And I'll be honest,
Sure.
like things for like, I was in such a serious thing before Emily and I met that like it was like, are you going to ever deserve happiness again was like where I was at. So like for me being able to like being able to find somebody that like got me and that I got and that we like get each other is like, it took me a year to even accept what we were. Like for me to be like, oh, you deserve somebody who's like this. Because like for me, I don't know, I self-sabotage a lot, unfortunately. But
I hear you there.
But dude, seriously, some like a really good friend like asked me that like recently. It was like, when did you realize? Oh, because she was actually talking about herself. My friend was, and she was saying like, I'm with the best guy that I've ever been with. Like I have like, so much like I see a future with him, but like, will I ever be able to accept that for myself? Like, will I ever be able to accept this is who I'm going to grow old with feeling? Right. And that's like something that like, for me, it's like, I jokingly said, cause I've been engaged now for like 3-4 months. And I said that I jokingly said, like, I realized that 4 days ago. And like, for me, it's like, that's such a joke, but it is this, like, there is a level of truth to it of like,
sure.
It's hard to like, be like, I'm going to grow up happy with this person. And but that's not what it's about. Like marriage is not, you're not going to be happy every day and it's not going to be like that, but it is this, but when we are, immature people like myself, and when I said I was really talking about all of my personalities. 100%. But I'm not calling you immature.
Dude, I am
you walk,
I'm pretty
you
sure
walk to get wine with you walk and get wine with Jess. You're not immature. That's sophisticated. That's sophistication.
I have my moments, and then I also like gobble down butter tarts in the middle of the night.
Yeah, but at least you don't. At least it's not Windex.
That's fair. Touche.
But yeah, for me, it's like it's this. I don't struggle with it anymore. Now it's like I know there's a lot of stuff in my life that is unpredictable and that can be stressful. But for me right now, like, and I really see this being the trajectory for how I'm going to be viewing my future. Emily's what's good. The other stuff can be hard, but truthfully, it's like I was and I don't want to say that I was given this gift, because I really did also work for getting the gift of Emily and I's love.
Sure.
And it was a very conscious thing of a lot of alone time, a lot of time with myself before even meeting her, of working towards who I wanted to be if I was ever in a relationship again.
Sure.
And so honestly, like, I feel like as much of it was a gift, we really did work for each other. And it's like this, the level of communication that we have is something like I didn't really know was even possible between two
Yeah.
people in a relationship.
Yeah.
And so honestly, like, I couldn't be happier with
Mhm.
with that aspect of my life. So honestly,
Dude.
like, that's really what I'm focusing on.
Dude,
Yeah.
you can make me like, I mean, remember how I said I'm a softie? Like, you're
Yeah.
gonna make me tear up, man. I feel so happy for you.
Dude. Hey man, you gotta put your love out there if you're gonna get roasted, you know?
Oh, 100%, bro. 100%. Nah, dude, that's so awesome. And like, dude, I think people recognize now that we joke so much, and we rag on each other about
We d-
all this, but
Right,
like, we are
yes,
very
yes.
serious about this kind of stuff as well. And like, my thoughts and feelings on her are like, look, I knew Jess was the one when, like, it was like, I feel like no matter where we are together, like, I'm at home.
Aw.
It's like it's like you got that homey, warm, cozy feeling. And like you said, it's not always happy. It's not going to be, peaches and cream, sunshine, rainbows, fluffy, clouds and unicorns every single moment of every single day. But it's you're home. You're at home. You're with your person. You're with that person that completes you. So, and that's I think it's and you and I, we've both had rocky relationships in the past, to say the least.
Rocky.
And I think it's pretty cool that we've both found
Kyle, Kyle,
something special there. So
I have to ask you something, because this has obviously gone into a serious realm. So I really need to ask you this, because you just opened up a very important and relevant question.
Sure.
I'm sure you've dated people with sight, correct?
Yeah.
And when you were engaged, did she have sight?
Yes.
Okay. Did you? Because you've said that you and Jess are both totally blind. Did you ever struggle with dating somebody with sight, not feeling good enough in that sense? Isn't that an interesting thing?
It is. And to answer your question, yes. And I think that was it was a like, for me, one of, like, there was a time in my life when I really struggled with, like, I got worried, like, am I being too reliant on,
Right.
like, am I going to rely too much on this person?
Yeah.
Am I going to, like, and then if I am over reliant on this person basically using their sight, like, are they going to come to resent me
Right.
for that?
Right.
So then, it did make me feel, it definitely knocked me down quite a few pegs and made me feel really bad and tough on myself.
For sure. And it's like, you were probably just putting that all in your head, like, not even coming from the other person. Like, it's just
exactly
these mental hurdles.
Yeah. I mean, and look, there were times when, we, like, whoever I was dating, that, it started out great, and then, like, you have these little arguments, where it's like, oh well, like you could, like, you never drive to, like, it's like, I always have to be the one to drive to the drive us to date night. And it's like, well, yeah.
I don't even know if you're joking now, or if that's actually been said to you.
No, it's actually been said to me. So so that's how you know this ain't gonna work out. But on the same but at the same but on the in the same vein, like Jess and I have had this conversation where it's like neither of us, like, we both swore we would never date a triathlete.
Mhm.
Because we were like, we are not going to date ourselves.
Mhm.
Because like we know how crazy we are.
Mhm.
Um, but and then we both were like, and it's just like would like it'd be great to date another blind person, but like, is that feasible? Are we going to have too much difficulty? Blah blah blah. And then we wind up dating each other. And it's like we're both triathletes, we're both totally blind, we both had the same cancer. Like it was just this weird conflagration, this confluence of things that all came together. It's just, it was just one of those weird things that it's like, man, but it just works. Like it
Is
just
Jess the
works. It
first
just works.
is Jess the first blind girl you've ever dated?
Not the first blind girl that I've ever dated.
Mhm.
But like the first one that I had a very serious long-term relationship with.
Very
So like
cool.
I had dated a couple of girls that had, that were totally blind, but
Mhm.
Jess is the first one that I ever really had super deep feelings for, and I actually fell in love with.
For sure. No,
So
honestly, I do appreciate you answering, because I struggle with loudness in my head. It's just sometimes swirling thoughts of even just a bad week can just lead
mhm.
to just it could be like five different things can just like lead to like one thing.
Yeah,
It's like, wait, but what which is it? And
yeah,
sometimes those feelings just lead to the feeling of, an insecure thought of like not being, the guy who can drive the person on a date. And it's just such
yeah,
a silly thing, because it's like, Emily doesn't make me feel that way. I'm making myself feel that way. And
yeah.
that's a small example, but like, the example, just I'm a guy looking at her,
Mhm.
looking at her and just telling her how beautiful she is. I mean,
Yeah,
I would like to be that guy. Like,
yeah.
just a
No, same.
yeah,
Same. And like
yeah,
I like and there are times, but even now I'm like, it's like, yeah, I wish I could like just glance across the room and just be
right,
like, babe, you're beautiful. But it's
right.
like, but
Yeah,
like
I, I still
but like I made this
say
silly
it. I wish it
little
had meaning.
but no, I made this silly little rule, like, because like Jess and I bump into each other all the time. It's like you got
Yeah,
two blind people living in a house together, like you're gonna run into
yeah,
each other.
yeah.
So I made this ridiculous rule. It's like, hey, anytime we bump into each other, hug. It's like
Oh,
required hug. It's like, and that's how like,
yeah.
yeah, that's our way, you know. And it's silly, it's fun,
No, it's
it's
really cool.
hilarious, it's sweet, and it's like, but so I gave a talk to an organization that read my they did my book for like their book club, like their company book club.
Uh-huh.
And so because they chose my book as, for their book club, and a lot of people bought the book on, Kindle or ordered it through my publisher, I went on and, did like a little 30 to 45-minute Q&A, little talk
Hmm.
with them.
Yeah.
And we talked a lot and like some of the things that came up were, like these misconceptions of,
Hmm.
people that are blind or visually impaired, and like,
Hmm.
and you know what are those misconceptions, and like how do you combat them, and how, or
Hmm.
how do you counter those and all that. And it really comes down, like, for me at least, it comes down to like improvise and adapt, and just shift the attitude and shift the question
Right.
around, essentially. It's like, okay, yeah, we, like, you and I, we can't drive our women to to have dinner for a nice
Hmm.
date, but we can order an Uber, and we can order an Uber, we can order a Lyft, we can call a cab, we can walk it to the liquor store and get lost and have a fun time finding our way out and just laugh about it. We can cook dinner together, you know, and tag team on
It's a-
dinner. One person can make chia seed pudding and the other can
drink Windex, but
drink Windex, and
it
you know,
really
it's
is.
like, but it's
It's all about
perspective.
shifting. It's all about
Yeah, it's-
shifting the attitude. It really is.
So yeah,
I feel just honestly, man, and I'm so good at talking about it, dealing with it, and recognizing it. But I sometimes experience such a physical, overwhelming anxiety. And it could be about anything random. It can be literally, I mean, you name it. But anxiety doesn't really have like a rule book, if
No.
you will. And it's a physical thing. Like it'll sometimes literally just take over like my
Totally.
chest, like a belt is around my chest.
Totally.
And for me, I don't it's honestly just about recognizing it, and that's what gets me through.
Yeah.
Because dude, I used to feel like I was dying. If I had terrible anxiety, I was like, oh, this is the end for me.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've ever experienced like a panic attack or anything like that, but for me, it's like I didn't get them until after my dad passed away, and then I was like, oh, I have a heart, and it beats, and it could end at any moment, and that's what like caused it. So for
Yeah.
me, that's what started like anxiety, and for me, it will also it can affect like relationships at times, because I'm like, oh,
Sure.
this is just in my head. This is me being silly, and this isn't real. That's the
Yeah.
that's the reality. It's sometimes those feelings aren't real.
Yeah.
But
well,
I don't know, man. I
but one of the things that, so I work with a mental performance coach, or
Yeah.
which is basically a sports psychologist, and like we talk about a lot of this kind of stuff too, like through, like we talk through, like, you know, what you are feeling is real. And what we do is we and then like we talk and we try to understand what we're feeling. And
Right.
so like whether like in labeling it as, okay, is this actually anxiety? Is this anger? Is this frustration? Is this,
right.
you know, and actually putting and actually truly defining what it is, and then
For sure.
defining what each of those is. And then once you understand what each of those emotions is, so like honestly, that's a lot of like when I get on the actually, one of the reasons I'm able to do this call with you today is because my mental performance coach had an emergency, and we had to shift our appointment to Sunday or Sunday or Monday.
Yeah.
So you're my therapist today, Jared.
Dude, it's okay. It's okay. I'm a therapist. All it's okay. I got my own, and I share the wealth.
Yep.
I share the knowledge.
I could so see you sitting back with your feet up on your desk. Yes, Kyle. And how does that make you feel?
I'd just be yawning. I'd be like, where's Jess? She's way more interesting.
100% she is, man. I agree. In all seriousness, man, we need to get our better halves on an episode at some point. I think like a Valentine's Day. We'll get them on before Valentine's Day, but like a Valentine's Day special episode, like, dude, that would be kind of fun, you know.
And also, Emily's officially done for she's got summer off. She's a teacher. I think like yesterday today was her last day.
Oh, nice.
So she's about to start streaming with me on Reddit. We're gonna do like Beyonce streams.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, she's got her own fan base on there already, so we're gonna.
Nice.
So you got
yeah, dude. We are going to do we are definitely going to do a couples blind sweaters episode at some point, and we will stream it on Reddit, and we will all become mega Reddit stars.
Here's one. Emily and I were looking for wedding venues, and we were at one. We were at one on Saturday, and big house, like beautiful garden area. And so it was my mom, Emily, and I, and we're just getting like this tour by this lady. And I'm the guy who, I mean, if you know I'm blind, awesome. But like if you're showing a bunch of people pictures, like I'm just kind of like twiddling my thumbs kind of thing, like, or kind of just off to the side. Don't mind
me.
Yeah, literally, don't work me into your conversation. I don't want to get called out. But so that was the situation, and this woman just puts her phone like in front of my face, and she's trying to show me the pictures of like the ceremony. and she's trying to show like, because they're showing like pictures of like a reception and a ceremony there, and like they're like, oh, beautiful. Like Emily and my mom were like very into the picture, and this woman puts her phone in front of my face, and she goes, "Hello, hello."
Oh, you're like,
And
we're not using this venue.
I just, dude, the thing is, it was supposed to be, it's supposed to be a nice experience with Emily and I, like checking out these places. So I just like casually was just like, oh, I'm so sorry, I can't see, which is like, first of all, never the thing you should be having to say. You should never have to say, I'm so sorry, I can't see.
That's a really good point. You should never have to
Thank you.
apologize for that.
Thank you. It's a really, really strong point. And I mean, she goes, oh, like, just went about the tour, whatnot. I mean, there was whatever. Dude, she had a piano. This was the best part. She had a piano in the front of the at the front of the house, and she goes, oh, you're a musician? I love music so much. Piano is my favorite. Like, there's a piano at the front, like when we're finishing up the tour and going through like the brochures and like everything and like quotes and whatnot. She goes, I would just love it if you played piano for me. And dude, at this point, like, she wasn't about to get me to play piano for her.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there going over quotes and whatnot, and she's just like, the piano's right there, like if you want to play. And I'm just, dude, I've never said this about myself. You'll love this. I said, I'm so sorry, I really would, but I'm shy.
Dude.
Oh,
Come on,
she,
man.
she goes to
I'm
Emily,
shy. And then you turn around and you go, roast me.
yeah,
On Reddit.
Literally, I was already getting roasted too, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, I would love to, but I'm shy. And I just kept saying it, and the more I would say it, I felt so good about myself, just being like, oh yes. I'm like, you've never used it. This is such a good out in situations. And she goes to Emily, she goes, wait, is he really shy? And Emily goes, yeah, he has his moments. Like,
He has his moments.
yeah. Oh,
That's a fair point.
yeah,
That's
it
a
was
fair
great.
point.
But dude, what sucks, because I said, like, about 20 minutes ago, I'll do anything for an audience. Even later that day, I'm sitting here like doing like a stream on Reddit or whatnot, and it's like hours later, and I'm beating myself up in my own head. I'm like, why couldn't you have just had a better attitude, been a bigger person of the situation, and hopped on the fucking piano? I was like, who do you think you are, not being able to sit down and play some good music? Like, dude, this woman didn't know that I was blind. I mean, was she insensitive by saying hello, waving a phone in front of my face? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Absolutely. Sure. But like, did I need to be like this, like, oh, I'm not going to play piano for her? Like, kind of, like, no. I mean, and that's how I felt. Like, later that day, I was just like, man, play some nice music.
Sure. Well,
when somebody asks you to play music, you're a musician. Play some.
Yeah, play some tunes.
But this is my point, man. I can at least recognize my imperfections.
And I think that's a huge step that a lot of us struggle with, is like, we at least can recognize that in ourselves now.
Yeah, man. But that shit makes me go so dark and angry. Like, I know I said anxiety, but it really is. You said anger, and that really is the word. I battle that out of my head.
No,
when I feel anger, I'm like, oh no, get away. Because that is the word. I mean, you don't want to be in a situation where somebody like puts a phone in front of your face and just says hello, and then you're wishing harm on their family. That makes no sense. Those things don't add up. Those things don't add up.
No, agree there, my friend. Agree there. Man.
Well, dude, I'm gonna go to this Baldwin Park, which is the neighborhood that I live in, is doing a taste of Baldwin Park, where they're bringing a bunch of restaurants and cocktail vendors. And my mom and David and Emily, my mom was like she was at the beach. She was actually down in Sarasota for a few days, and she's back, and we're going to be doing a nice little family thing down there, because it's a cool little town. Baldwin has a cool town with restaurants and bars. So that's where the Gators was. That's where I did. That's where I had my large wings last night.
Yeah. I'm trying to. Yeah, I've definitely. I've spent some time at Baldwin Park. It's been a while, but I've definitely spent some time down there. It's a cool place.
Have to get you back here, Kyle. We'll have to get you back to record our EP.
We need to record our EP. We need to do so much stuff, man. We need to. Yeah, we're gonna make that happen. We're gonna make that happen, bro.
Have you and Jess ever traveled together, like for like a little getaway?
We haven't. So that's one of the things that we're talking about doing. So she wants to actually run the Disney half marathon in January.
Yeah.
So I'm actually I haven't. I'm gonna go ahead and just throw it out there. We're coming to stay with you, by the way, in January. So
Dude, that would be amazing.
you
That would
you
be
and I
amazing.
you and I can record we can record our EP. Jess and I can dip out, run the half marathon real quick, and then we all go to Disney, have a blast. You and I drink around the world.
I
And,
swear that's the only thing that would get me to go to Disney is being with you.
Dude, let's do it, man. Let's
Like,
we're
like, if
laying
anybody hears
laying
me say this,
plans.
they'll be like, "Wait, you would go to Disney with Kyle?"
Yeah, you would, because I'm awesome.
For sure, for sure. You can
How
stay
we go-
here.
how-
I would go to Disney.
So
The thing is, like, I would honestly, I'll say this right now. I'd love to have you and Jess to come to Emily and I's wedding. I just don't know, like, if that would be something you guys would want to do.
When is it?
We're looking at October. We're looking at
October?
October.
We might be able to. Pull. We might. Be
I don't know,
able to pull
man.
that
It's
off.
just like it'd be fun.
Yeah,
it'd be fun.
we might be able to pull that off.
It'd be fun, man.
Yeah, shoot me. Yeah, once you get the dates nailed down, shoot me the
Yeah.
dates, and I'll get with Jess, and we will make it happen, bro.
We're doing something super. We're making it as casual as possible. We don't want it to be like inconvenience for anybody from out of town. Like if they've got anything going on, if it's like, I mean, it's an expensive thing to travel to, like right now, anyways.
Yeah, it is, but
So like, I get it, and she gets it. But like, if like that, if you want an earlier getaway, that is one.
I might be into that, man. I might be into that. I think Jess would be into that too.
Hey man, we'll get.
So,
That's awesome,
awesome.
man. Well,
all right,
dude,
bro.
it's always good. Let's do this soon.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it again. I promise I won't. I'll be back in Colorado Springs next week. So let's jump back on next week. We'll get dialed.
Kyle, I gotta tell you, I have to admit this. Kyle, I'm just on my phone right now. This is literally, I got my headphones coming through my phone. I don't have anything magical going for this Zoom. I just want you to know that.
Oh, dude, that's all right.
Yeah.
I'm just on my phone with my headphones as well. So I'm just on my normal.
Yeah,
I'm doing my normal thing, man. We're just chilling.
We are sweating
just
through
chilling.
this.
Sweating through this, man. Sweating
All right.
through this. All
Later,
right,
my friend.
Later, my brother. And as always, everyone remember, hit that like and subscribe button.
Give the people what they need.
any questions you have, shoot them over to Kyle at kylecoon.com. Drop, follow Jared and I both on Instagram at IronKyle, EYERONKYLE, at the Blind People Watcher. I think that's the one that you want people to follow, right?
Yeah, thank you.
So,
yeah, don't follow any of my other pages.
All right, at the Blind People Watcher, at Iron Kyle, and we will see you guys on the next episode, which we're probably going to stream on Reddit. All right, broski, take it easy.
Later.